Yo, hoop fans, your sideline sage, Tips and Upstreams, is lacing up once again. On deck, deep dives into the freshest NBA clashes, ready to set the planks ablaze. But before we jump the ball, be sure to hammer that subscribe on our YouTube channel to keep hooked with our sharp forecasts and prime selections. All right, let's bounce into today's NBA crystal ball reads. The first prediction for today is for the game between the Miami Heat and Boston Celtics. As the NBA playoffs kick off with an electrifying Eastern Conference clash, the 8th-seeded Miami Heat are set to battle the top-seeded Boston Celtics at TD Garden. The Heat, riding high after a decisive 112-91 triumph over the Chicago Bulls, now face a formidable opponent in the Celtics, who cruised through the regular season, amassing a stellar 64-18 record to secure the top spot in the conference. Despite a series of impressive wins, Miami confronts this matchup with key players hampered by injuries. Jimmy Butler, a crucial figure in the lineup, is out with an MCL sprain, while Terry Rozier's participation hangs in the balance due to a neck injury. This puts added pressure on Tyler Herro and Bam Adebayo to step up following their standout performances in recent games. Herro was pivotal in the play-in, and Adebayo continues to excel on both ends of the court. Yet, the Heat face hurdles with their offensive efficiency, ranked 21st, although their defense remains robust, positioned 5th overall. On the flip side, the Boston Celtics enter the playoffs in peak form with a fully healthy squad overflowing with talent. Anchored by Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, their offensive firepower averaged an impressive 120.6 points per game during the regular season. The recent addition of Kristaps Porzingis has strengthened their front court, enhancing both their scoring and defensive prowess. Boston's depth, including contributions from Derek White and Drew Holiday, plays a crucial role in their strategy. Boston's historical dominance at home, capturing 25 of their last 26 home games against Eastern Conference rivals, coupled with their sweep of Miami in this season's matchups, positions them as clear favorites. With the league's top offensive and the second-best defensive efficiency ratings, the Celtics are well equipped to potentially dominate this series. Nonetheless, the resilience of Miami, under coach Erik Spoelstra's guidance, cannot be overlooked. Without Butler, few would anticipate the Miami Heat winning even a single game in this series, but that could be just what Spoelstra and his team are hoping for. The Boston Celtics often become passive in games they expect to win, or they build a lead and then ease off. I anticipate a tough, gritty battle for the Heat, truly a slugfest in the mud, likely leading to an unattractive basketball spectacle. If Joe Mazzulla is wise, he'll highlight this quote, because the last thing the Celtics can afford is to be dragged into a drawn-out, scrappy game. Considering both teams' current form and available players, the Celtics seem poised to lead early in the series. However, the 15-point spread set by bookmakers may overestimate the gap, given Miami's proven grit in playoff settings. The smart money might be on the Heat, to not just challenge, but potentially cover the spread, driven by their defensive capabilities and Spoelstra's strategic prowess. I'm placing my bets on Miami, not just for the numbers, but for Spoelstra's proven track record in navigating these high-stakes games. The next prediction for today is for the game between Dallas Mavericks and Los Angeles Clippers. This Sunday's NBA playoff clash showcases an electrifying showdown as the Dallas Mavericks head to the Crypto.com arena to battle the Los Angeles Clippers in an action-packed series opener. Despite both squads entering the playoffs on the back of several losses, Dallas might hold a slight advantage, having secured victories in their last 2 regular season games against the Hornets and Heat. The Mavericks, ranked 5th, just a notch below the 4th-place Clippers, are celebrated for their dynamic offense. They boast an average of 117.9 points per game, with a shooting accuracy of 48.1% from the field. Their game plan centers around Luka Doncic, a powerhouse averaging 33.9 points and 9.8 assists this season. The partnership of Doncic with Kyrie Irving, who adds 25.6 points per game, could be crucial in overpowering the Clippers' defense. Conversely, the Clippers face considerable challenges with their lineup, particularly with Kawhi Leonard possibly out due to injury and James Harden's participation uncertain. Their strategy includes impressive long-range shooting at 38.1% and a high free throw accuracy of 82.5%. Yet, A recent losing streak of 3 games has highlighted potential weaknesses that Dallas might capitalize on. Defensively, both teams have shown vulnerabilities, with Dallas conceding 115.6 points per game and the Clippers 112.3. The game's outcome may well hinge on which team better exploits these defensive shortcomings. Historically, the Clippers have had the upper hand this season with a 2-1 record in their direct encounters, suggesting they could dominate when fully staffed. However, with Leonard's uncertain status, Dallas might have the upper hand. Betting perspectives put Dallas as a slight favorite despite playing away with a 2-point advantage. The Mavericks are entering the playoffs in formidable form, securing 7 wins and covers in their last 10 games, marking them as a strong contender for a deep playoff run. The Clippers, on the other hand, ended the season with 3 consecutive losses, and with Harden's knee issues, despite being probable, the Mavericks seem to be in a stronger position, both in terms of health and performance. This series was anticipated to be among the most thrilling, but with the potential absences of key players for the Clippers, the matchup might not extend to many games. In summary, as the playoffs commence, the Mavericks appear more robust, healthier, and consistently superior to the injury-riddled Clippers. Dallas is expected to not only win, but also cover the 2-point spread, setting the stage for a promising deep playoff journey. This encounter promises to be high-scoring, yet with significant absences on the Clippers' side. The total points could remain below 223, making betting on fewer total points a tempting option. The next prediction for today is for the game between Indiana Pacers and Milwaukee Bucks. The NBA playoffs are sizzling with an exciting Eastern Conference face-off as the Indiana Pacers hit the court against the Milwaukee Bucks at Fiserv Forum for the opener of their best-of-7 series. With both squads finishing strong in the regular season, despite Milwaukee's slight stumble towards the finish, this Sunday night showdown is setting up to be a fiercely contested battle, thanks to their recent clashes. This season, the Pacers have truly found their groove, fueled by a powerhouse offense that topped the NBA by racking up 123.3 points per game. Shooting at an impressive 50.7% from the field, they've been methodically dismantling their opponents. The recent addition of Pascal Siakam has been a game-changer, boosting their scoring and rebounding efforts. Tyrese Halliburton has been a revelation, dazzling with an average of 20.1 points and 10.9 assists. While the Pacers are less formidable defensively, placing 27th with 120.2 points conceded per game, they've managed to overshadow their defensive gaps by overpowering their adversaries, as seen in their recent thrashing of Atlanta, which exceeded a 13.5-point prediction margin with ease. Conversely, the Bucks are battling significant injuries that could dent their playoff aspirations. Potentially missing Giannis Antetokounmpo, whose electrifying performances are vital, Milwaukee is counting on Damian Lillard and Chris Middleton to spearhead their scoring. Offensively, they remain robust, placing 4th in the league with 119 points per game and maintaining a solid 48.7% shooting efficiency. Their 3-point prowess stands at a competitive 37.3%. However, their defensive efforts have been lackluster, ranking 21st by allowing 116.4 points per game. In direct confrontations this season, the Pacers have dominated, securing 4 out of 5 victories, including a convincing win in their latest matchup. Historically, in playoff settings, Indiana has outperformed Milwaukee, holding a 6-2 advantage in postseason encounters. Analyzing their recent form and head-to-head performances at Milwaukee's Fiserv Forum, it's evident that Indiana consistently exploits the Bucks' defensive frailties. The Pacers' high shooting accuracy from the field and beyond the arc offers them a strategic edge, particularly with Milwaukee's star player Giannis potentially out of play. Indiana's explosive offense will be pivotal as Milwaukee struggles to stifle high-scoring teams without their defensive linchpin. Considering these factors, along with Milwaukee's recent struggles as underdogs against division rivals and Indiana's strong season close, the Pacers are well positioned to snatch an early series lead. Despite lacking the same level of playoff experience as the Bucks, the Pacers enter with high confidence from their season performances against Milwaukee. Capturing at least one game in Milwaukee could significantly shorten the series. With that in mind, I'm backing the Pacers to take Game 1. Given the high-scoring history between these teams, expecting the total points to surpass 231.5 seems reasonable, especially considering their offensive capabilities. Today's fourth and last prediction is for the game between New Orleans Pelicans and Oklahoma City Thunder. Tonight, the NBA playoffs heat up at the Paycom Center with a thrilling Western Conference face-off between the top-seeded Oklahoma City Thunder and the 8th-seeded New Orleans Pelicans. It's the opening salvo in what's set to be a scintillating series. The Oklahoma City Thunder are on a hot streak, having racked up 5 consecutive wins. With a dynamic young team spearheaded by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who's pouring in an impressive 30.1 points per game, the Thunder have smashed expectations, clinching the top seed with a 57-25 record. They're a scoring juggernaut, ranking 3rd in the NBA and boasting the highest three-point shooting accuracy at 38.9%. Yet, their lower-tier rebounding, sitting at 27th in the league, could be a vulnerability against physically tougher teams. Meanwhile, the New Orleans Pelicans have displayed formidable grit, securing the 8th seed despite a setback in the play-in tournament and the loss of Zion Williamson to injury. Brandon Ingram has risen as the pivotal player, averaging 24 points in critical recent games. The Pelicans are well-rounded, holding strong with the 9th best field goal percentage and the 4th highest three-point accuracy. Their defense also stands out, allowing only 110.7 points per game, the 8th best in the league. Historically, the Thunder have had a slight upper hand in Oklahoma City, winning 2 out of 3 matchups this season. However, the Pelicans' victory on Thunder turf this season signals their potential for an upset. Both teams bring strong recent performances, a home court advantage for the Thunder, and an underdog determination from the Pelicans into tonight's game. With no major injuries, the Thunder are at full strength, while the Pelicans feel the absence of Williamson. Oklahoma City appears to have the upper hand with their efficient scoring and strong defensive statistics. Nevertheless, the Pelicans' resilience in clutch situations, highlighted by their recent victories as underdogs, is a force to be reckoned with. Furthermore, the playoff pressure could test the Thunder's youthful lineup despite their stellar regular season. Conversely, the Pelicans' seasoned playoff experience could give them an edge in leveraging this high-stakes environment. Considering all factors, including Oklahoma City's challenges against sharpshooting opponents, the Pelicans might just defy the 9-point spread favored by the bookies. With a total point line of 214.5, the high offensive output from both sides suggests a likely surpassing of this threshold. In summary, this opening game is more than a simple top versus bottom seed clash. It features teams with youthful energy and limited playoff experience. Oklahoma City's consistent performance on both ends of the court and the Pelicans' top 10 stats are key. Oklahoma City needs to maintain its composed gameplay from the season without underestimating the handicapped yet spirited Pelicans. It's shaping up to be a competitive series, with OKC likely to secure a win tonight, but expect the Pelicans to keep it close and beat the spread. Expectations point to a total score going over 209.5, reflecting the offensive prowess of both teams.